Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
Greetings. We're back. We're here live. Ebony Sports Reports got Coach Julius Hall, Coach Stubby joining us. We were waiting on the other coaches also. Coach Julius Hall, how you doing? Coach Julius Hall, I see you got on Lakers gear. What's up with the Lakers gear, Coach Julius Hall?
Well, I told y'all I am with the winners. I got 2 teams this year. They're playing each other right now. The Lakers, Golden State. So whoever wins, I'm going to have their jersey on. You see me with my Golden State jersey. I got a Lakers jersey also. So whoever wins, that's who I'm going to have. I got to go and get me one of those Harlem Globetrotters jerseys for my good friend. I got to go get me one of those also.
And that's what we're going to start out with. Commissioner Larry Gator Rivers, he passed away. And so we want to just find out from folks, with regards to their thoughts regarding Larry Gator Rivers, people know Gator Rivers. And so, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts and what type of tribute you'd like to give to the late Commissioner Larry Gator Rivers?
Well, Larry was a good friend of mine. We became close the last 10 years, very close, where we talked almost 2 to 3 times a week. He was sickening at sometimes, but he always was there for a listening ear for me, and I was always a listening ear for him. The only time we didn't answer the phone for each other is when we were extremely busy. And Charlie and I would probably talk to Gator once a week or once every 10 days or so. We would always be on the phone with him on 3-way, talking noise. So, he was a good friend of mine. A lot of people can say a lot of things, but to me, I don't let people pick my friends. This was a good guy. He's probably one of the most famous people to come up out of Savannah. Traveled all the world, the whole world, playing everywhere for the Harlem Globetrotters, and a celebrity. But in Savannah, you don't get your due. You don't get your justice in Savannah. And, you could be, we got a bunch of famous people from Molly Music to Mary Davis with the SOS Band, Jimmy Lloyd Brown with Brick. We got a bunch of people, and that you just don't get the recognition that they ought to get from this community. Part of it is our fault. We don't put these people up for other people to see and to be recognized, and we have to do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. That's going to be something we're going to be talking about tonight. Also on Ebony Sports Reporters, we say to all of you out there, share. Coach Julius Hall, Jamal, we in the house. And so a lot has been happening. A lot's been happening as of last week. For a lot of people, some lives have been changed with regards to some of the things that can happen for them. And so also for some other people who are on the outside, their lives are going to be changing. Also, their emotions are going to be changing. It's the NFL draft. The NFL draft, Coach Julius Hall. Who were the winners? Who were the improvers? And who were the losers in your estimation?
Well, the winners were all the guys that went from Georgia. The Philadelphia Eagles were the winners. They got the whole Georgia team, and what they're looking at is that if these kids can play on this level as a team, we need to draft them as we can, because they're the ones that's got to play against these other incoming athletes, and they've won 2 national championships. So let's draft these people. If somebody want to look over them, we're going to pick them. And Philadelphia couldn't wait till it come around every time. It was getting the Georgia boy every time. So they're definitely the winners. The loser was Atlanta Falcons, because they don't never get who they need. And then provers was Kansas City. Kansas City is shoring up that offensive line, and they got a boy right out of Savannah again. My good friend Charles Mars, we used to call him Billy White Shoes in high school. Charles Mars, his son, Wayne Mars, got drafted by Kansas City Chiefs. So he going to a Super Bowl team from the offensive line from Oklahoma. He used to be on the offensive line, I think, at Tennessee, and then he transferred to Oklahoma. But that's great that we got that type of talent being recognized. That's the second offensive lineman that I know about, because Edwin Bailey, who went to school with me, got drafted he played 11 years for the Seattle Seahawks out of South Carolina State.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And so, all right. And so again, some people think that the Falcons did well, but others have had a little difference of opinion with regards to that. And so now we move on to this. This draft right here has been the draft of the black quarterbacks. What's your thoughts on that, Coach Julius Hall? The draft of the black quarterbacks. Because we had 3 in the first round. Last time that happened, now several years ago, last time we had somebody there, but the black quarterback, is that on the rise?
I believe. I mean, if you want to win now, you have to have a quarterback that is mobile. You have the Tom Brady's that come along every blue moon. You get good quarterbacks like the boy out of Buffalo that can do it all, pass, run. He can do it all. I like him because he got guts. He just got it, But I was pleased to see that they didn't back down on these 3 boys. That they didn't back down on them, and that's what was impressive to me. That sometimes they'll overlook them, even though the draft says the paperwork says that this is who you need to take. Sometimes they don't do it, but they know that they need this prototype type quarterback. Who won the Super Bowl? Who's in the Super Bowl? You got Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. Who there right behind him with gonna be played good this year? Miami quarterback down there. You got Baltimore Ravens quarterback. You got to have some mobility back there if you want to win games, and sometimes that's what it comes down to.
Okay, all right. So now since you said that, so why y'all do Will Levis like that? Y'all did Will Levis. Y'all had him go all the way down to the second round. He wasn't happy about that. He left. He was there, sit down with family and friends, and next thing you know, bam, he leaves out because, again, he's back home when they now make that announcement for him. Why y'all do Will Levis like that from Kentucky?
Well, he just got to stay in there and hold on. Hey, you're going in the draft, hell, my partner, one of my best friends, his son went about 5 years ago to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We was at the watch party, and he didn't go to the last round.
Okay.
The last round. Jalen Myrick out of where Jalen went to. Not Michigan State. Where Jalen went to. Where Jalen went? Jalen Myrick. Played defensive back. It wasn't Michigan. It was Michigan. What was
I'm not certain, so that's why
it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh man. So I'll think of it in a minute. But Jalen Myrick, he didn't get drafted till the last round. It was 15 players before the last player. And he played a couple of years at Jacksonville, and then he got hurt and went up and started playing on the D-League team. and I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's coaching at one of the colleges there in somewhere up in Illinois. This boy went at. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know the school so well because I said
Southern Illinois or what?
No, it was a big school.
Illinois?
No, it was
Northwestern?
It wasn't Northwestern, it wasn't Penn State, it wasn't Wisconsin, it wasn't Nebraska. It was
Indiana?
No, it wasn't Indiana. I think it was Michigan State.
Okay.
You go to Michigan State. They all their defensive backs always get drafted. Where that boy went at? Man, I don't know.
Well, right. I was gonna say we can move on, Coach Julius Hall.
Yeah,
you having a moment right now. But then we'll throw out some things to the people, to the audience, because again we said y'all share. This is Ebony Sports Reports, Coach Julius Hall, Jamal Teray, and the behind the scenes. The NFL, NFL draft. What is indicated about 79% of the league African American, 79%. But what they have said that, well, that's on the field. But off the field, you see predominantly Caucasians who are not in those offices. So predominantly Caucasians in those offices. And what becomes interesting is that some of the folks discuss that, and those people, they are under this assumption that, again, the people, that is the office staff, under the assumption that you fit a stereotype, especially when you are African American, that they come with you with the bra and all other stuff like that, and that in turn you have to show them that you have intelligence. That you have to show them that no, you do not fit a stereotype, some image that was created by the media. So we are just throwing it out there. Ebony Sports Report is saying that, hey, listen, understand that again, they are circumspect with regards to our athletes. So to parents, you have athletes. You talked about, is that Glenn Myrick's son or what? Jalen Myrick?
He went to Minnesota.
I'm just saying, but Jalen Myrick, who's his father?
Glenn Myrick.
Okay, I'm just saying because, again, they are off the west side. So you got to have fathers in the lives of their children, especially when they are now going to become athletes, especially going on the collegiate level. And then if you think that they're going to become professional, because again, we've heard people go and say that they basically think that you don't have the people around you so they can come at you with the bra and other stuff. They think that you have limited understanding, that you were in college basically for sports, but not for academics. And so we're just throwing it out there. That's an Ebony Sports Reporters commentary that we want you all to be involved in the lives of your children, especially as they go through this process with regards to becoming Division I, Division II, Division III athletes or NAIA athletes, that you be involved in their lives so that way if they take it to another level on a professional level, that they are not going to be treated as a stereotype. And so that's why we see some of the things happen. Coach Julius Hall, any thoughts with regards to that?
Yeah. That's when they when they had the book out, what it was, Quarter Black.
Okay.
With Doug Williams.
Mm-hmm, right.
There's always a stereotype that we can't outthink, that we couldn't be the Tom Brady. Tom Brady just happened to have a great defenses around him and great athletes that were unknown. Now, take it, he did do great. In college, Tom Brady wasn't all that good, but in the NFL, he was good. So they give this perception that the black quarterback can't think like a white quarterback. That's the perception. And they get the perception that these kids are rough and they need to play defense. And that's why you see most of the defenses always, and what are all the cornerbacks? How many white cornerbacks are there? 5 out of 300. So it's a perception that it's weaning out. It's weaning out. So it'll change if we just keep doing what they're doing. It'll change.
So we have to work on that because again, folks now when they go on and they sign a contract, they get hit with it. They get hit. thinking that you're limited, and so that's why people abuse you. So now we're going to someone. When you talk about quarterbacks, we're going to somebody's having a time of their life in New York right now. So they're having a time of their life in New York City right now. That is your hero, Aaron Rodgers. How you feel about Aaron right now, Coach Julius Hall? Your
Aaron
hero.
Rodgers.
Yeah,
I see him at all the games. He was at the games and having fun. Aaron he happy to be out of that out of Wisconsin with them cheeseheads. You know, that's all that is. He's happy to be out of there with those cheeseheads. So you know, more power to him. He's partying and having fun. You know, he went on this mission where he was in the dark for 30 days where he wanted nobody to call him, nobody to be around him. So I guess he got himself together mentally. So now he's out and he's partying every day now. He can go back to doing commercials and everything.
Okay. All right. Aaron enjoying himself at NYC. But then we got to move on to Bad Luck Schlep Rock. Bad Luck Schlep Rock. It is a problem with regards to, again, another hero of yours, that is Chris Paul. Chris Paul, again, injured during the playoffs. What is going on with that? What is up with that, Coach Julius Hall?
I cannot comment on Chris. I don't know what is his problem. He worse than I look for your boy to be injured in a minute. Your boy, your cousin.
Tell me Anthony. Okay.
Anthony
Davis.
He gonna be injured because he fell the other day, and I said, "Oh Lord, he ain't getting up." He got up. It really surprised me. But with Chris Paul, I don't know, man. I guess he gonna. I don't know. I really can't tell you. He just can't get it right, and he can't seem to make the close out. You know. He can't do it. You got the help that he needs. You got KD there, you know, and both he's shooting lights out.
Right.
And Booker,
right.
You know, they got the team. They got a team that can go, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, the team that everybody better look out for is those Sacramento Kings. They better watch out for them boys. Them boys coming back and gonna win 2 or 3 championships.
Okay.
Watch.
Coming out the West.
Watch.
Coming out the West. It is loaded. It is loaded.
It's
and
loaded.
So Coach Julius Hall, you've already discussed a part of this right here. Lakers or Warriors? Lakers or Warriors, Coach Julius Hall. You know
I got the Lakers on now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling for the Warriors tonight. Because Steph is the greatest shooter that I've ever seen in my life anywhere.
Okay.
Nobody has ever shot the ball. Only one come close is Reggie Miller, and then back to Klay Thompson. And then you gotta go to Ray Allen. So if you got 4 guys there that were just had a sweet motion like mine was when I was in high school, you know. Mine was just that fluid also. I could have made it, you know. I got picked in the last round of the 84 draft. You know,
okay.
We'll talk about that another day.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. I don't know. Somebody laughed, Coach Julius Hall. I'm looking at somebody laughed. I don't know who laughed, but that's what I said.
I don't know when you said that. I don't see nothing.
I'm looking at the number of people on, and then I see somebody. I see a smiling, a laughing eye emoji. I see a laughing emoji.
Oh, that's Shigari. Hey, Blue Moon, he knew me. That's what we growing up on. And Blue Moon, he knew. Blue, tell him, Moon. Tell him. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Capricorns, we rock, man. Capricorns rock. We know how to play ball. I ain't seen no Capricorns couldn't play yet.
That's like, but I guess Shigari, you know, he laughing. So I'm just rolling with it. I'm just rolling with it, and we'll roll on this right here. What's your projection as to who will be in the finals for each conference, for the West and the East? Who do you think going to be inside there? We got Terry Mobley joining us also. Glad to see you, Terry. Yeah. So who do you think will be there? What 2 teams will be there in the East? Which 2 teams will be there in the West in the conference finals? Conference championships.
Man, Charles Barkley said that Miami was some garbage. He said they're supposed to be booted out the first round. But Miami playing better ball than anybody in the darn league in the playoffs. It really surprised me. But I'm telling you, I don't know. It's gonna be Denver and the Lakers. I mean, Denver and Golden State. The Golden State is gonna outshoot the Lakers down the stretch. The Lakers playing good ball right now, but they got a player on what's that boy named Valentine or something. I think his name Vanderbilt. He almost can blow a game for you in a minute. Why he's shooting the ball, I have no idea. But he's lanky and tall, and they got him down there in that shooting in that guard position. But I think it's going to be Denver and the Lakers. I mean, Denver and Golden State. I keep saying the Lakers because I got the Lakers stuff on.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Denver and Golden State, and Denver going to give anybody hell. Denver and Sacramento are two teams that you got to watch out in the near future. In the next 2 to 10 years, will win several championships.
Okay.
And I think that coming out of Boston and Philadelphia, I think Philadelphia, that series. So I think it'll be Boston, Philadelphia.
So the Shigari says Boston. That was Shigari. He threw Boston in the mix of the Shigari. Lee Andrew Williams, that's what he threw out there, saying Boston. And again, coming on the East. And so we're going to look at this right here.
Denver ain't overrated. You ain't been watching them. Denver play ball. Denver play ball, man. I watch these kids, man. I say, man, what in the world? They can play in Sacramento and Denver. They got players on those two teams. Watch them now. Y'all mark my word.
He's saying Jamal Crawford ain't all that. Jamal Murray ain't all of that.
Jamal Murray, bad boy, man.
That's what he say. He say, so that ain't all that. That ain't all that. So yeah. Okay.
Watch. They scare me.
So you don't see a Phoenix rising in the West. Okay.
No.
All right.
No. No.
All right. So now it is a sad day. It's a sad day, Coach Julius Hall. It is a sad day in Boston. A sad day in Boston. The Bruins lost. They lost in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Coach Julius Hall, how do you feel about that? The Bruins. They won the President Trophy. They won the President Cup. They won it. Best record. They won it. And they lost. Now, okay. Now we're gonna talk about Joker a little later, Shigar. We're gonna be talking about Joker a little later. We're gonna get into about Joker. So yeah, you say Joker is overrated. So bam, we're gonna run with this right here.
We need Shigari to come be one of the hosts on the show because he always got some great comments. So he need to come and join us here and discuss these things.
So you've heard the word, Shigari. So again, information be sent to you, be sent out to you, be contact you with regards to that. So, Coach Julius Hall, how do you feel about the Bruins losing? That's why I got on black and gold, for the Bruins. The Bruins lost. How do you feel about the Boston Bruins? When they won the President Cup.
Well, that was the best record in hockey. The best record don't always mean that you're gonna win. Look who might win it this time in the NBA. The worst record. Not the worst, but the 8th best record. Look what my team was like in 8th place, and they're there. Look where the Lakers was, and Golden State. So it's just how you perform under pressure during the playoff. So your Bruins losing. I thought you was a Tampa Bay man.
No, I was just saying. I just want to share. Because many people have been traumatized. Many people are saddened by it. So yeah, we like the Lightnings. Yes, absolutely, and the Avalanche. So So
I thought you was a Ghost Pirates man. Is what I thought you was.
Well, we gonna get. But the Seattle Krakens are cracking. The Seattle Krakens are cracking right now. Coach Julius Hall. Think they're gonna make it to the set. the Krakens, the Seattle Krakens.
They skating real good.
Okay. All right.
Real good. Hey, right. I mean, it comes a time when you just got to show up. When you show up, you show up.
Yes. Yes, Shagari.
Yeah, see, Shagari, you need to come on in and give all this information. Tell Donna to set you up for next week. Donna, set your husband up for next week, and have him on there. We're gonna have you right there, giving your opinions right there.
Because more people expected more out of the Bruins, but it didn't happen like that. So now, Coach Julius Hall, do you like hockey now, Coach Julius Hall? How do you feel about hockey now, Coach Julius Hall?
Hockey.
I mean, Coach Julius Hall, how do you feel about hockey right now, Coach Julius Hall?
Oh, we was talking about hockey?
Yeah, we talking about hockey, Coach Julius Hall. We talking about hockey. So how you feel about hockey right now?
Hey, I'm not a hockey fan. I need to go and learn how the game is even played. I've never even taken time. I'm a sports fool. Just a sports fool. But if hockey show up there, I change the channel. Golf show up there, I change the channel. I don't care if Tiger Woods in a playoff situation. I change the channel. I don't give a darn about no hockey. And I'll probably end up going to hockey now, since the Ghost Pirates got their practice facility in my city. So I'll probably end up going to see a few games to see how I don't even know the rules to hockey. That's how bad it is. I know you gotta get the little puck into the little net. But listen, did you know that the hockey was invented, little known Black history fact, in 1895 in Canada by a group of Black athletes? Did you know that?
Well, the brand of hockey that they play today was inspired by those Black folks in Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, the Halifax area. So yes, Coach Julius Hall, but to everyone, it's because of the Ghost Pirates now that he doesn't say the stuff he used to say about hockey. That's why we had those topics. We just wanted to see how he was going to react. He is now mellowed a little bit because of the Ghost Pirates being in Port Wentworth.
Well, the Ghost Pirates better send me some season tickets or something because I ain't going to the game. Now I'm waiting on the Savannah Hurricanes to come in.
All right, okay.
We're conveniently located for everybody sports team to move here. And what we also missing, we got the Savannah Bananas, we got the Savannah Ghost Pirates, we got the Savannah Hurricanes basketball. Now we need the Tornadoes, Savannah Tornadoes football team, semi-pro.
And we have the Savannah Clovers also. That's the soccer team, Savannah Clovers.
Never heard of it.
The Savannah Clovers. Got the Savannah Clovers also. And so, Shagari said that you need to go check out the 3 periods in hockey. The 3 periods in hockey. That's what he's saying. Check out those 3 periods in hockey.
Me and him, we go into a game, Shagari. When the Ghost Pirates start back up, we're going to go see a game.
All right. So, and that's good. And so now we deal with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. Who's real? Which one is real? The Pirates or the Braves? Which one?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You asked that question.
It's early in the season, but I'm just saying,
Who has a history of being real? Who? The Atlanta Braves. The Pirates don't have no history of being real. They on a hot streak. The Braves always hot. Always hot. So you got to know that who's real. The Braves are real. The Braves show you every time. Their farm system is outstanding. Everybody want to be a Brave. Everybody want to go to Atlanta so they can party and go to the strip club.
Well, we will share this for the audience, those looking at Ebony Sports Report. the actions of Coach Julius Hall, merely the actions of Coach Julius Hall, it does not reflect Ebony sports reporters. It does not reflect Ebony sports reporters. So, but what some have gone and put out there, when the Braves have basically been at this point in the season with the record that they have gone on to the National League Division Series. And what has happened, they have lost. They did not make it to the World Series. So that people are saying, like, wait a minute, will this happen again when they've been at this point with regard to their record, and that when they've gone to the playoffs, but guess what? They have generally lost. So you think it's going to be something different this time? They're going to be realer than real this time?
The Braves are who they are, the Braves. Sometimes we're going to get you past where you need to be at so we can get in the World Series, and sometimes we just going to give you great baseball so you can keep hanging on. But the Braves are who they are. They are. I'm a bigger Braves fan than I am of anything, and I'm not a big baseball fan. I'm a big Braves fan. I've been watching the Braves and listening to the Braves before they got on TV. I used to listen to them on the radio. Back in the day, I'm serious. I used to listen to the Braves forever. I knew all the players, knew their batting average, everything. Back when Otis Nixon and all the boys was back there. Andrew.
I thought you were going to say Rico Carty. I thought you were going to say Rico Carty.
No, man. Then we had the best pitching staff in the world with Glavine and Smokes in them. Man, hey, man. John Rocker, the only bad spot that we had, but Rocker was throwing lights out some night.
All right. My mama said he's still a baby. They going back. They go back to Tommy and all them. But all right. So Coach Julius Hall, the pitch clock in baseball. We shared some stuff about that again. The pitch clock, and then Shigari got to throw out Mad Dog. He gonna throw out Mad Dog, Greg Maddux, Mad Dog. But then, what's your thoughts on the pitch clock right now?
There's never been a pitching staff assembled like that since. Never. That was the best pitching staff ever when the Braves in 95, the Braves. See, I can even tell you what year it was.
Wow.
But listen, you said
the pitch clock.
Mm-hmm. I think they should have been installed the pitch clock. The baseball game's gone entirely too long. Too long. Ain't no way you're supposed to be out there 4 hours for a baseball game. The pitch clock is great. Get the pitcher on in there, do what you're supposed to do, throw the ball down there, and let somebody knock it out the park. All that faking and not knowing whether you want to throw that pitch. No. Then no, throw that pitch, man. There go Coach
Stud coming in. Coach Stud coming in. All right, glad to see you, Coach Stud.
Hey, glad to see you, Jamal. How's it going?
Going fine. Yes, sir. We talk about the pitch clock right now. Shigari Lee Andrew Williams, he said he hates the pitch clock. He hates it. Coach Julius Hall said he loves the pitch clock. What's your thoughts on the pitch clock in baseball, Major League Baseball?
They need a pitch clock to speed up the game a little bit. Games last 4 and 5 hours, cut the time of the game down. So at first I wasn't, but after thinking about it, I'm in favor of the pitch clock.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to see a night game at the Atlanta Braves too.
Okay. So, Coach Stud, since you just joined us, I want to give you an opportunity and give any thoughts with regards to who you see as being the winners. We're going to go back to you, just for you on this right here. Who are the winners of the NFL draft? Winners, losers, and improvers. Again, winners, improvers, or losers with regard to the NFL draft, in your opinion.
Let's go with the winner first, the Houston Texans. I'm going to tell you the reason why. The first 2 draft picks, they got a good quarterback. That second pick they got, this boy Will Anderson is just a freak athlete. You ain't seen no pass rush until you watch this guy here. He's high energy. He's got a motor. He's relentless. If you touch that football, he trying to holler at you. And they have a defensive-minded coach there. Played at the University of Alabama. And you saw what he done with the San Francisco 49ers defense. Keep an eye on these Houston Texans with that defensive-minded head coach that they have now. Who really helped themselves? Without a doubt, the Philadelphia Eagles. Look like they need to change the name to Bulldog or something, you know. They just love the players. I think Coach Hall would like that there, but that's what they've done. They definitely helped themselves. Improved it. A good team that represented NFC in the Super Bowl. They certainly improved themselves with the draft.
Okay, and who you say is a loser?
The Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Real quick, who did you say Coach Jamal was a winner and who improved? Just since I missed that part, real quick.
Coach Julius, who you say were winners? And who was
You heard mine. You didn't hear yours.
Oh.
No, I didn't hear either one of y'all's.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I said the winner was definitely
I'm the host. I'm the host.
You're right.
I'm the host.
And sometimes we want to know your opinion too. The Philadelphia definitely helped themselves. Philadelphia was the most the winners. The
improver.
Most improved, I think, through some changes also was the Dallas Cowboys and Kansas City Chiefs, and then the losers was the Atlanta Falcons because they ain't did nothing. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't trying to do nothing.
But some people say B. John should handle it, but yeah. So okay, all right. So we'll move on. MVP. And so Shigari said Cowboys. Cowboys for what? Winner, loser, improver. But MVP, Joel Embiid. MVP. Coach Stud, what's your thoughts? How you feel about the MVP being declared for Joel Embiid?
Well, my opinion on that it could have went to a couple of players, and by them picking Embiid, I didn't object to it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Cowboy Nation, Shigari Lee Andrews, he goes and says that, hey, the Cowboys are losers with regards to this. And so, Coach Julius Hall, how do you feel about the MVP?
Well, I wish I could have got the MVP, and then James Harden could have brought me a damn Rolex. But that was James Harden when he brought him a Rolex. He should be buying James Harden a Rolex. He got the MVP. He should buy the supporting players the Rolex. I don't know where that was kind of backwards to me, you know. But I'm kind of prejudiced. I think that always the player who is making the NBA rise to that level and keep that status should get it. And you got several players that are just so outstanding. And you got these new players that's coming up with Sacramento and Denver, like I told you, that's just going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to see these boys. And, look at a player that has done more for the NBA until he got in trouble. That was Ja Morant. Until he got in trouble, he was the player to watch, to really, that's taking his team, that can carry his team like Michael Jordan did. So, Joel, it's good that he got it. LB, I don't have a problem with him getting it. And your boy, he really is a class act at Milwaukee. That boy, he's a real class act because he bring it all the time too.
Okay, all right, and we look at this right here because Shigari, he said Joel should have won it last year, but somebody else won it, and so that helps us with regards to this right here. You got Joel, you got Joker, the serve-in, as Shigari goes. You got Giannis, as you just said, the class act, and then you got Victor coming on. Basketball We're not looking at it. Look at who been MVPs. Look at who won championship. You got Joker. And even though Shigari felt that he should not have won it last year, you got Joker. You got Joel. You got Giannis. Basketball, and now people are just waiting for Victor to come. Victor Wembanyama to come. So basketball is not global. What's your thoughts? What's your sentiments, your views on that, Coach Julius Hall? Basketball now global impact. And we looking at them coming into the league, and they are now dominating the league.
Well, I want to see Victor come and play on this stage because I think he's a little overrated. It ain't been this much hype about a player since LeBron and Kobe. And he's getting a lot of hype. So he gonna have to come and bring it. Sometimes it ain't good to get that kind of hype. You got a marker on your back, and so guys gonna be trying to shut him down. So I don't know.
So what about Joker? So what's your thoughts with regards to Joker? Because somebody said that Joker ain't all that.
Oh, Joker, the truth. I don't know who said that. He the truth. Them boys the truth. The Serbian and him. Man, all these boys the truth. These boys is playing on a different level. They playing on a different level. You got some players that you just can't stop. If you just give them the ball, you got LeBron, you got Joker, you got the Serbian, you got Curry. You can't stop these guys. Curry can almost score at will whenever he wants. So it's just basketball is exciting now again.
Yes.
And so now here go. I hear you saying that, but we got commentary being done by Shigari Lee Andrews. He's throwing it out there. That hey, that the NBA is not being designed for Europeans. Again, that's why you got that Euro step and all that coming into play. You got Euro step coming into play, and that again, he said that LeBron could have had an impact on it also. But then again, you're looking at it, Giannis, you're looking at Joe, you're looking at Joker, you're looking at again, they're making it happen. So Coach Stud, what's your thoughts on this right here? Because basketball, NBA rather, is basically gone global, and they emphasizing that. And so basketball itself, that sport, global, tied to the Dream Team, inspired by the Dream Team.
Yes, it is, but let's be mindful. Only the elite of the elite gonna play in the NBA.
Okay, all right.
When European players couldn't slap ball, they could just straight out ball, and we just got to face it. They play in this NBA, they can play, and that's what Coach Hall say. They can play. You got some players just can't be stopped. This boy Steph Curry is shooting at a range that we never seen before, and he make it look so easy. When he launched it, you can pretty much count it, and that's just the way the game went to that level now. But them Europeans, they can straight. They balling, man. They balling.
And excuse me, brother, but you do know this. What you have to understand, Jamal, is this. Look at anywhere in our community. What sport are we always playing? What do they have more than anything else? What do your parents give you when you born? A basketball.
A tennis racket?
No. A basketball. They will never take over the sport of basketball. I don't care what they're designing it for. Because we play it in our sleep. Nobody has more. This is the only discipline that we do have. Is basketball. Not football, not baseball. They took baseball over. But it's all the Spanish coming from Cuba and everywhere, Mexico and everywhere. They took baseball over. You don't see as many of us in baseball as you used to. I don't even see them out there practicing. Black kids practicing. I don't hear nobody saying they're taking their kids to baseball practice. That's how bad it is. When I was little, we went to baseball practice every day during baseball season. But basketball, that's a sport that you will not be able to touch with the black athletes. Ever.
Shigari, see what you started? See how he got hyped up, Shigari? Shigari, see, you started. See, I wasn't going there, see, but you started this, Shigari. Okay, all right. And some said they need to move the goalposts even with regards to women's basketball. And so, but again, we are dealing with that. It is non-global. And so, yes, so basketball. And we go on to something else. We're going to go back to the draft this time. NFL draft. Dion was upset. Bob expressed his opinion, his thoughts with regards to only one player from HBCU was drafted. Others are going to be signed as free agents. But Dion felt that that was not appropriate. And there was a reaction by someone also in the front office. We told you about the front offices earlier. So someone in the front office. So Coach Sutton, what's your thoughts with regards to Dion comments and with regards to the commentary also from folks in the front office that the people being having the skill sets?
With that, eventually he keep pushing it. Eventually he gonna get them to look at some HBCU players, but it's just they just get overlooked. And there's a lot of talent in that. The guy that was drafted, he was a transfer from Florida State. It was going to be interesting to see about the number one player, the cornerback that Dion took from Jackson State over there with him. Had he stayed in HCUB, see how it would have panned out for his draft, because he ain't even scraping the surface of his potential yet. But I'm just hopeful that eventually they're going to start looking at them players, man. And Dion is very vocal about it. Voice his opinion,
And so, because Will McClay with the Dallas Cowboys, he was like saying, it's no conspiracy. It's just that people got to have draftable skill sets. Though they do sign as free agents, but then it may give the appearance almost like that they don't have the skill sets, but they do get signed as free agents. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, it's about marketability. Dion had players that should have been looked at and drafted all on that team because they had the skill set. They especially if you were paying cornerback for him. But but 2 or 3 of his boys weren't even ready for the NFL yet. But because they still was freshmen and sophomores. But when Shannon Sharp was at Savannah State, smallest as Savannah State is, Shannon Sharp was outstanding. But Shannon Sharp was not better than Tracy Ham. Tracy Ham was the best athlete in the South when Shannon Sharp was playing. And they battled Savannah State and Savannah State and Georgia Southern battled. And Tracy Ham got the better of that. They beat the hell out of Savannah State. But Tracy Ham ran the field on it. But those players got to get recognized. Savannah State had a mill for a while. They had the Hambrick boys. All of them went to the NFL, played for the Dallas Cowboys. You got did Cam Newton did he go pro too? Yeah, see, you got a bunch of them, played at Savannah State that went pro. But
I'm going to say this. Thank you, Shigari. 2 different divisions. Division 1, Savannah State was Division 2, and some of us begged to say we think you're inaccurate with regard to that, Coach Julius Hall, that Tracy was the best. But again, that's your opinion. This is a show of opinion, but we'll let you roll on because now you have turned the leaf that you not like hockey.
No. They were not Division 1. They were
Division 1. They were Division 1.
They were not Division 1. They were 1AA.
They were Division 1 AA, right? That's right. Still Division 1.
Savannah State won but 1 red under. Savannah State gave them hell for 2 or 3 quarters.
But the number of athletes that they have, number of scholarships that they have are different. But thank you again, Shigari Lee Andrews. That's why we need to have you on here because Coach Julius Hall, he threw the stuff out there.
Hey, your man Charles Myers, we need Charles on too. Charles, we're going to give you an invitation to come and talk with us. His son, see what he said? His son just got drafted. He played for the Oklahoma Sooners, but he's raised in Atlanta. Got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs, number 3 round. Third round, pick 92.
And Charles Morris, Julius Hall had already talked about that at the beginning. He had brought that up in the beginning. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and eBay. Yes, right. Eric Williams also got drafted by the Cowboys. eBay, who is the cousin to Keisha Gibson Carter. Also, Keisha Gibson Carter's cousin. Yes. So eBay. So we look at this right now. Lamar Jackson signing. What is the impact of Lamar Jackson signing his contract? What's the impact? Because there's a lot to this right here. Why is that important with regards to what Lamar did? What occurred? So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, that's showing the NFL that dual threat quarterbacks now can perform at a high level. Jalen Hurts set the stage. Me and Coach Hall talked. He said, now it's time for Lamar to get his. And it wasn't 24 hours, 48 hours. They come back and paid him. Well deserving. And ain't no agent skimming nothing off the top. His mama gonna keep it in the family.
That's right. $7 million she get.
Yep, I liked it that there. Great.
Yeah,
I didn't see it coming, but I was optimistic about it.
All right, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, I think that Lamar deserves that. I didn't think that they would have gave it to him, being that they don't like to pay people there. But they finally realized and looked at the numbers, I guess. But he deserved it. He's an elite quarterback in the league, and he's one of those players that if you got a game coming on Monday night, you watching it because Lamar Jackson playing. You ain't watching it because the Atlanta Falcons playing. You don't see them on Monday nights, do you? You know what I'm saying? You watching it because they put their star players out there. So because it's about revenue, and they're getting all this revenue, so they got to be able to pay the players. You know, you got to compensate people for making you rich. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know, so he well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah. And Shagar, so okay, we find so eBay your cousin too. All right, so I guess you and Keisha are related, or it might be different sides. So okay, I got you.
So we know you voting for Keisha since both of y'all share the same cousin.
So what now goes on? He lives in Garden City, but so I guess he'd tell people. So now. The part of the impact, just like you threw it out there, Coach Stud, and you threw out there also Coach Julius Hall, that here you go, this money is made, and this money is staying in the family. It's not going out. That $7 million, that's gone to his mama. That's right there. And yeah, Shagar, you also threw it out there too. That is a part of the issue. That was the underlying thing right there. Because what that does, that can be a ripple effect. With other people also, like when we shared you all early on, we said 79% of the league African, and that when some of them are not going and they are not signing those contracts, you got non-African Americans who are coming at some of them in a stereotypical manner, and some of them not having that support system around them, and they roll with it. They think it's all right. That person say, "What's up, bro?" So and so and so and so, all that, give you all the lingo like that, but thinking you ain't got it together. So, but instead, now here goes somebody. We said that. Parents who are out there checking out the show, Ebony Sports Report, we say, go make sure that you understand this right here, because we discussed it on Run Tell That, but also saying you need to be in your child's life for that moment that they're being athletes, that not.
That's my signal being interrupted.
Hear me? Oh, okay. But so again, that this person has a team of people around them that they just can't use them. That somebody else is not just going to siphon off the money. So again, what Lamar did, that can send a ripple effect to all of them, the teams and the agents, because they all in cahoots with regard to this. They all working together. They have relationships. So now that was something like saying, "Oh my God, this could change. This could change the entire game right now with regards to how they operate." And so more of us need to be involved with regards to that and trusting the people who have been a part of your life from the very beginning, not just somebody looking at you just being a ticket for them, just being a meal ticket. So that's why I thought that was absolutely exciting. Something else that's exciting right now is that someone who was at Herschel V. Jenkins High School, who then transferred to Bergmar, who again, just like Charles Morris' son, from Savannah but raised in Atlanta. So his person, He lived in Savannah, but then he just transferred from Herschel V. Jenkins High School, then went to Berkmar, then went on to VCU and was stellar at VCU. But when the coach decided to leave, then that's when he then went on a road trip. Indiana wanted him, Penn State wanted him, other schools around the entire country wanted Jalen Deloach. So Jalen Deloach now is coming home to Georgia. He's going to be at UGA. He'll be at UGA. So Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regards to Jalen Hall now being here in Georgia again?
Well, that means that we'll be going to the Georgia Bulldogs basketball games, me, Bernard, Coach Rob, and you, and then we'll be sliding down on what name of that street?
Baxter Street.
Baxter Street. Brother, you gotta come go with us to Baxter Street.
Is he's the brother of Deloach that played with FSU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. Again, the actions of Coach Julius Hall are merely actions of Coach Julius Hall, not the actions of and thoughts of Ebony sports reporters. So yes. So Coach Stud, what's your thoughts with regard to Jalen Deloach now being back in Georgia? Going to be an SEC playing.
Well, homegrown, back in the home state. So I do support that.
All right.
Did I say something real quick about those players making those $40 million a year contracts? The only problem I see with that is that when you got players making that much more money than other players in skilled positions like the offensive line, the wide receivers, and the running backs, then it causes a little bit of animosity on the team. Because the quarterback is, everybody knows the quarterback is usually the highest paid player. Unless you just won, Dale Beckham Jr. or somebody when he was at New York or something. But still, you got to be able to have those players to understand that also, because you paying these players a whole lot of money. And Tom Brady used to talk to people like he was a slave master. I didn't like how Tom Brady used to yell at people, And good players do that. You had LeBron did it. You got Michael Jordan did it. Kobe did it. But Steph don't do it. You don't see Steph yell at nobody. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
All right. We're going to jump this. I had this as the last topic, but we're not going to let this be the last topic. We're going to have this other topic be the last topic. But this one right here, Brittany Griner said that she will not be playing overseas. So what Brittany indicated, she won't play overseas. And you don't have parity with regard to salaries in the WNBA, because that's why some of those women are forced to go overseas, because they're not even getting paid properly. And that the WNBA is treated as a stepchild of the NBA. And so again, what's your thoughts with regard to that, Coach Stud?
Well, with what Brittany went through, it's just, I can understand her reason. I may not agree with it, but I understand her reason. She's not going to allow herself to get trapped in that situation no more. Even if she's not going to have no cannabis or nothing, she's just not going. After what she went through and not knowing if they're going to release her and not knowing whether she's going to have to stay, that was just, I can understand her position.
All right.
Yeah.
Coach Julius Hall.
If a snake bit you, and you know the snake's right there, you going back over there again? The snake bit you. You know there's some snakes right over there. That's a snake's den. You ain't going back. I don't blame her. I wouldn't go out either. What they need is this. All they got to do is come together, collective bargaining agreement. Make everybody get together. They have no league without the players. The NBA can really shine a light onto these girls and make it, because sometimes the girls' games is more exciting than the men. So, and you got great players coming out of college now, that's going to be setting the tone, with Fly J and Angel Reese and them, So it's going, and what's her name? What's her name? What the little white girl name? They all coming.
Caitlin.
Yeah. They all coming. And they all three of them three bad girls. I mean, you know, like they got a couple more years, but they bad girls. You know, so the league gonna rise. People are gonna want to see this. This is kind of competition. So the NBA should be wise now and take over the WNBA and do what they need to do with it and pay them. The NBA is a multi-billion-dollar industry also. You could pay these teams and pay these girls. You got something that can be going on year-round, you know. So it's a collective bargaining agreement that they need to do, and the Players Association with the women's need to get involved and form the same type of thing. And people it's like going to Savannah State. The alumni needs to help Savannah State. The alumni and everybody who likes women's basketball need to be supported.
All right. Okay. And you said what you mentioned about Flage. Flage left from here. Her mother took her from here, and she plays at Sprayberry up in the Atlanta metropolitan area. We have someone who's noteworthy who won a national championship during our time period. But you don't see anything. You kind of alluded to some of this earlier, Coach Julius Hall. And it would definitely be interesting if we had Charles Morris and Shagari Lee Andrews with regards to this, to discuss this right here, that how it is. And Coach Sam Carter and I had this conversation about something we call proximity bias. Because people are from here, we don't think that what they have done means anything. Other people outside of here see them and they applaud them. They are magnificent. But people right here don't think it's anything to them. And so here you go, Purvis Ellison, not recognized in his own city like he should be recognized. You have other people. And so again, that's why, so even though people might go and say that about Flage, will Flage really be honored in this city like she should? Because if there's other people, I'm just going to put it out there, and this is the opinion of Jamal Toure, not the opinion of Ebony sports reporters, that you have people acknowledging people like, again, I know the fund that came from something else, you know, to get it, Jennifer Ross Park. So we see Jennifer Ross name on stuff. We understand. Some of y'all know what happened with regard to that. Again, this is me saying this right here. But our own people who've done great things, and Coach Julius, you talk about Larry Gator Rivers, travel around the world, representing around the world, travel around the world several times as a Harlem Globetrotter. We've had several Harlem Globetrotters coming out of this city right here and not getting the recognition. And so then here go people having to leave. Here go, again, Jalen Deloach had to go to Berkmar. So again, not having the tools right here, and then also with regard to the recognition. We know things are about to change. Things are going to be changing, but people need to put that out there and have to put that out front, and let us be real about it and stop, you know, just the little tokenism that they try to do. And so you say that he never claimed it. What some people are going to say that because even with his accomplishments, that again, they weren't recognizing it. Other people, just like I tell people, I go ride down to Riceboro, you see a sign up saying Riceboro, the home of Delisha Milton, you know, Olympian such so and so. Like I tell you, I ride through Pembroke, sign out there, Pembroke, the home of such and such, Mr. Georgia and bodybuilding. So you go to places.
Go to Glenville. What you see in Glenville?
Yes, you know, with regards to Shannon, right?
And his brother.
Right, you go South Carolina, you go and see that. You're going to see, they even recognize teams. They're going to say Springfield High, you know, they recognize, so they're going to acknowledge it. But then in Savannah, we don't do that. So imagine if some of the people from here made sure efforts were done to say recognize the purpose. So then that way, they can't necessarily go and say, I'm not, people say he don't recognize, he don't claim Savannah or something like that. Then he can't, because people going, whenever you see him, because I had folks, now I have to go and say this, I had some of my people say they've seen him at airports and other things like that. And they would say, yo, what's up, purpose? And that they were like, it was no problem. They were like, it was all good. But I'm just saying that, hey, listen here, that we got to do better here. And so I'm just throwing it out there. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on it? Because you did throw it out there earlier. That I said we're going to get to this right here because this is something that's important.
Well, it's a lot of athletes that needs to be recognized. That and Savannah is just terrible with it. We only want to do it when it's convenient, when it's somebody you know, but you got to do it when it's somebody from here. These people need recognition so that they can put this city on the map also. You go to Glenville, the first thing you see is, what's Shannon Sharp brother name?
Sterling.
Sterling. You see home of Sterling and Shannon Sharp. You know, as soon as you get into Glenville, you know. And so when you see this, you don't see anything here recognizing our players. But, you know, Fly J won a national championship there, but Purvis Ellison did too. You know, and you got other players that you could have named streets off. Edwin Bailey played 11 years started on 11 years on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Shannon Sharp. Well, he ain't from here, but he from, you know, but you got other players from here, and you got other entertainers from here, and they don't get that recognition. You know, and I went to Atlanta, and I heard Molly Music sung beautiful, playing in the mall, and you will never hear it playing in the mall here, and he's from here. You don't even play. You never heard it on the radio station hardly here. You know, but here it is. He was Stevie Wonder and what the dude name, the big producer. He was Stevie Wonder and all these guys. You know, every day. You know, and don't get the recognition that he deserves being from the city. You have to be able to recognize everybody from the city. Everybody.
All right. And right, and you're right. They were freshmen, and they made it happen. So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts with regards to that? Then, folks who are from locations not being recognized, but outside of it, people like give them they love them.
A lot of cities are guilty of that. Even right here in Jacksonville, about 6 months ago, Otis Gilmore came up to the dealership where I work at to sell a Ford Explorer. Everybody except nobody know who he was except me.
Okay.
Said, oh, he tall. Here's a guy 7'1". Didn't nobody know who he was. I said, y'all got to be kidding me. Nobody knew who he was. Mm-hmm. He was looking to sell his Explorer, which we did. Dealership did purchase it from him. And you got, Harold Carmichael. The only their knowledge a little bit is Bob Hayes, considered the fastest man in the world at one time. We have a Bob Hayes invitation track meet every year here, but they just don't get the recognition that they should. And so many of them come out of this town here.
Leroy Butler from there too, right?
Yes, he'll be back down here on the 20th of next month. I'm gonna see can we get him on this show here. I got to see what his schedule is there. Yeah, he'll be back on the 20th. Next month, you got a little league 7-on-7 or something going now.
Okay, yes. And so Otis Gilmore, one of the reasons why the ABA and the NBA now comes, Kentucky Colonel, bam, you look at that, right? Harold Carmichael, some call him, he was the greatest wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. And now again, Harold Carmichael. So again, this recognition becomes important. And so that's why I said we have to do better. That's why you have platforms like Ebony Sports Reporters for us to not be the ones to celebrate and talk about people and put it out there. And we were glad to have you all. We may have some other coaches. Go ahead, Coach Stud. You about to say something?
Of them, yes. Look at Vince Coleman. He was maybe the first black punter in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he talked about that, about 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
How he redefined that position for African Americans. Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So Charles Morris might be joining us. Shagari Lee Andrew Williams may be joining us also. So we're glad to have all of you on. We say share. We are back live. Ebony Sports Reporters. Coach Stud, Coach Julius Hall. We're going to be signing out. Jamal Teray.
And we will see y'all. What's tomorrow? We got 1 o'clock. We got
Cinco de Mayo.
And we got Financial Sins tomorrow, and Incarceration to Incorporation at 6, and then we got Score Bigger Dating at 8:30 tomorrow night. Y'all tune in, and we'll see y'all then.
All right.
Y'all stay on afterward. Don't go nowhere.
Like that.
like this. I 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 like this. Like that.